So Quell made a poll asking the community which main is your favorite design / personality wise from these choices, and we have Astro V, Pebble Sprout and Shelly, and Shelly won the vote for having the best design and personality. There was another poll which asked the community which main is your favorite gameplay wise from these choices, and it's the same 5 tunes, and Shelly won again for gameplay. So Shelly won 2 polls, one for personality and design and one for gameplay, and this sparked a massive discussion about Shelly as a tune and why she won both polls. And a lot of people have said it's out of pity and sympathy because she's relatable, because she's forgotten and ignored. This user said, why is Shelly winning both polls in the polls channel? She's not all that, guys. This user said, I'm sorry, how is Shelly winning the polls? She's genuinely the most boring character ever. This user said, I like how Shelly is winning the polls despite being canonically overlooked. It is true that Shelly has a canon of being ignored and also forgotten. This main character description of Shelly says, the blatant ignorance of her existence by everyone around her has enraged her. We also have an image in one of the Dandy's World maps that shows that Shelly is forgettable. The poster says, sorry I forgot your name, and it's obviously a kid's drawing. Another instance of Shelly being a forgotten tune is an interaction with Glisten. Glisten says, "Aw, I'm so glad you asked me, Shelby." Then Shelly corrects Glisten and says, "My name is Shelly." This person on Twitter says, lore-wise, she's an incredibly tragic character, and it's not uncommon to think that maybe people tend to gravitate to characters they can relate to / empathize with. It's not a bad thing to empathize. This user on Twitter said, Shelly in general doesn't make any sense to me at all, because her being ignored in dialogue makes other tunes look like there's no way she has a whole floor dedicated to her with a real life size fossil and still isn't at least a bit popular. If you want an ignored character, you have to do it right. You can't just throw in, oh, this character was ignored and some funny drawings about a child forgetting her name. There is so much that could be changed to make her feel like she was ignored. This user said, people forgetting her name is so forced. She's so terribly written, I hate it. She's literally everywhere in the garden view. How do you somehow forget her? This user on Twitter asked, like, why is she forgotten? What is the reason? Is the reason just because, oh, haha, annoying Ammonite who won't stop talking about dinosaurs? That doesn't make any sense. She's a main character. People / tunes are ignoring her on purpose like she did something terribly wrong. We do still have to remember that Quell is always adding new lore into the game to let the players know more about tunes and their past, their history,